Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are at 20 to 12 and this is not daytime.
Oh no.
We're at the services in Nottingham.
Let me just say this. Welcome to part 2.
Yeah, we're just getting started from the services in Nottingham because Matt decided he wanted to play a fucking arcade game.
I did not!
11:30 at night, he's got nothing bastard better to do than to stand in a fucking service station playing a fucking arcade game.
Do you want to get home? Do you want to get home? Bear this in mind. A charge.
So by charge, you thought you'd just stand there playing Paperboy off a SNES?
I had to find a fucking plug socket.
And it just conveniently happened to be next to the gaming machine.
And let me just say this, folks. I apologise for that swearing.
I've broke the bad boy of British wrestling. It's took me till nearly midnight, but I've broke him.
He hasn't broke me.
Right then, folks. So we're in all seriousness, now this is part 2. We really are recording at nearly midnight. We're just on the outskirts of Leicester and Nottingham.
You think?
So yeah. Quick shout out to one of our listeners. This is Saturday. It's the 7th of March, isn't it?
Yep.
Which is one of our listeners' birthdays from America. She knows who she is because I've sent her a birthday message about this sort of time now anyway. So hope you have a good birthday.
I've already sent a private message.
Yeah, so for me and the bad boy, have a good birthday.
Yeah.
So we've just finished LCW. And oh my god.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, that is how it's done.
I thought the theme song of the show was going to be "This is how you do it."
On 2 days of wrestling that's been just getting better as it goes along. What a night.
We've had nothing but greatness.
We have had nothing but greatness.
What a weekend we've had. And bear this in mind, some of this was sort of decided last minute. Well, last night was decided last minute. This was sort of, some of us were undecided, but then decided why not? Let's have a laugh, let's go out, and also at the same time do this recording.
Yeah, so what a night. We'll break down each match as we go along. Same warning as with part 1 when we were driving down here to Leicester.
As you've probably already heard, the sat nav already voicemail.
So again, I'm navigating, the bad boy's driving, and
cracking his neck.
Yeah, and just for you lot, I've actually stayed sober.
Yeah, for once.
Unlike last night.
Unlike last night and the last time.
Yeah.
Oh. Carry on for a bit.
Right then, folks. So the first match, we shout out to the ring announcer of the night.
Yep.
What was his name again? I'm shit with names, but good with faces.
Pillman.
What?
Pillman.
Rob Harding, was it?
Either Rob Harding or Rob Pillman.
Yeah.
All I'll say is, ring announcer for LCW, and he also does ring announcer for Southside.
And top guy, we spent 20 minutes with him at the end of the show, and
at first he thought I was just starting on the road to the wrestling business, and then I sort of just goes, well, I kind of know he sort of mentioned something to him, and I give him an answer back. He was like, how long you been doing it? I told him, and he was like, yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, he's top bloke, really class act.
All round nice guy.
Yeah, we had a laugh, we exchanged a couple of quick stories.
And the good thing about it is, he looks to business.
Yeah, and we exchanged a couple of quick stories.
Oh.
We found out about his entrance music.
Oh, good lord. Oh good lord, I'm not even gonna touch that one with a barge pole.
And he told us a nice little story about Sabu. Well, a quick joke about Sabu.
Well, that you've never heard, but I've partly heard.
It's brilliant.
It just sort of confirmed it for me.
Yeah, so it's what was it? Van Damme and Sabu driving in a car. Who's driving? The police. Brilliant. Well then, so the first match of the night was Mark Massa versus Ryan Smile.
Now, you've witnessed Mark Massa before.
Yeah, really good talent.
Very talented, and then you got to see Ryan Smile for the first time. First impression.
The Duracell Bunny. He is the Duracell Bunny. Separate note before we go into this, the crowd tonight had to be on high alert.
No kidding.
The wrestlers weren't going for each other, they were going for the front row. I've never seen cameramen and audience get it so much.
What made it so shocking is, usually in wrestling, you know when a dive's normally coming, because you see them panty, bounce off the ropes and dive to the ropes.
Yeah.
These guys weren't. These guys were just going, run, over, done.
Well, he started the match by diving halfway from the stage. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that because the ramp had no give in it.
And you were thinking, and you heard me give you the heads up,
Yeah.
and you were thinking, what's coming?
You know, Sin Cara, take notes.
No, bear this in mind, folks. He did the Sin Cara without the springboard.
Absolutely awesome.
But actually managed to nail it. You know, he didn't wait for. He didn't come out first. He let his opponent come out first, and then victimised him with his entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, second entrance.
Well, absolutely awesome.
Honestly, the one thing I think shocked you the most was that first dive.
Well, that and it was just
And
one
the second
tempo, just one tempo, and and then the dive to the outside, because if you just talk about the last year championship wrestling last time, folks.
Yeah.
We mentioned to you that there is no mats on the outside; it's just wooden laminates.
Oh yeah.
And then the second dive was like a suicide La Plancha to the outside.
It's a suicide dive at an angle.
Yeah, absolutely, just brilliant.
Nails his opponent and continues on.
And just loads of good spots.
The big shocker, I think everyone thought Ryan Smile was going to come out with the win.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't come out with it.
No.
I thought he was a bit robbed. He was hard done by on that match.
Yeah, but it was just loads of spots. It was just too many to talk about. But oh my god, what an opening match! Great effort and a great match put on by both. And the manager, what was the manager's name?
Manager? He wasn't a manager.
No, he's a wrestler, but
bodyguard.
He was practically muscle, and he was the most wrestler out there. Yeah, it's another 10 miles ago.
And bear this in mind, folks. He's built. He was built.
Why? He was out there for 3 times. The only other person that was out there that much was the new general manager.
No, own it.
What?
Own it.
Yeah, the new owner.
This is Max Angelis.
Yeah.
Now, I think the big shock for tonight was the big, straight after that match of the main event.
Yes.
Or main events. We got informed of the tag match.
We did.
Which involved a returning Styx.
Yeah, teaming with
Noisy Boy Alex Gracie.
Yeah.
Against
Barricade.
And
is it HC Owen Anderson? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget what his fucking surname is now.
Right? Chris?
No.
Chris?
No.
Christ?
Ward.
What?
Was it Ward?
Ward?
HC Ward.
No. Did it begin with an R? Okay.
I can't remember, but we'll just go in with HC for this purpose.
HC Anderson.
Yeah.
Because that guy does one of the best Arnold Anderson spine busters. There you go. I said it.
Yeah, and but that was later on in the night.
Yep.
Second match of the night.
Oh no. Don't forget the main event.
Oh yeah, which is Joseph Connors versus Paul Malin.
In a 30-minute Ironman match.
Yeah.
To decide who was going to be the LCW heavyweight champion. Now, I'll tell you this now. Regardless of whatever, some people say, oh, wrestlers can wrestle 30 minutes on the clock. Wrestlers can do it. Yes, they can, but they've got to do it in such a way. Bear this in mind, that match could not have started, could not have been exactly like the opening match tonight, all the way through.
No.
There's no way your body would keep up with it. You'd just falter, probably after 10 minutes or 15 maybe. But you've got to have stamina to last as long as that. You have to. And then after we had the sort of discussion of the main events, we had the second match. Do you remember the second match?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
I remember watching the second match. As I say, names have just gone over my head tonight.
Give a description and I'll name them for you.
Just trying to think who was in the second match of those. I remember the finishes from each one.
Never mind. It was your... I'm surprised you can't remember this one.
Oh no, Jürgen Heimlich.
Thank you.
Versus LC Heron.
Yes. Now what did you think of that match?
It was a good match, the middle.
Yep.
Which was when Heimlich had a piece of wood on Heron's ankle. He took it off, turned around, and it was like, it was a pause that I'll put it to you this way. Viscera, God rest his soul, could have ran in, hit his finisher, and walked up and down the ramp 2 times.
Yeah. One, it took too long, and the payoff wasn't great.
No, the payoff came another 5 or 6 minutes later.
Yeah. In all fairness, as you said, why didn't they go straight to the finish?
Yeah, like if you're going to do that, like move the spot over 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but if you're distracted, not paying attention, you're asking for a beat down. You're asking for a beat down. You take your eye off your opponent.
Yeah.
They will make you pay. Unfortunately, LJ Heron didn't make you pay right there and then.
LC Heron.
LC Heron. No, LJ.
No, it's LC.
No, it's LJ.
LC Heron.
LJ.
How much do you want about?
I wasn't it was LJ.
When you get back and look at your computer tonight, I expect the message of Nathan, you were right.
Pass me the years, that nav.
I'm not letting you go on the internet while you're driving. We would be encouraging bad things to our listeners.
Put it up on your phone.
I can't put it up on my phone when I'm navigating and trying to do this with you.
Put the speaker on. I've always thought it was LJ Heron. He's LJ Heron, not LC.
But then, so LCW. They want LCW elevation.
LCW wrestling. It's always been LJ Heron. So what you right? You wanted me to give you a big apology on Facebook, right? If it's wrong. If you've proved me wrong on this tonight, right now, I'll apologise to you on the podcast right now. If you can prove me wrong.
I'm trying to find goddamn page.
Or just go to the website. Come on. Come on. LJ Heron. LJ Heron. They eat out. How's the navigation?
We are 2.5 miles away.
So we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's just another 46 minutes before we get to Stoke.
Any luck?
In 2 miles of junction 24, take the A453 exit to Nottingham.
Hang on, folks. We'll have a drum roll in the next 2 minutes.
In 2 miles, exit left to...
Uh-oh. No, that's right. We're fine. Carry on. Come on, we are recording.
LJ Heron, I apologise.
Hey! I want to know because I faced him.
At least I remembered who was in the match.
Fair enough. At least you got part of the name right.
Yeah, well, I got one letter wrong. We'll continue Basil. Yeah, but good match. Started the match off with a spear through the middle rope.
Outside.
From the outside in.
No, from the inside out.
I thought it was from the outside in.
No, from the inside out.
Oh yeah, it was. And then after he did the dive off the apron, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Very intense match. Now bear this in mind, I faced LJ Heron before, and he wasn't that intense against me.
The only 2-time heavyweight champion at LCW.
Yes, he is. But I will make this. Jürgen must have really upset.
Oh yeah.
I have never ever seen LJ Heron
That pissed off.
angry. I've never seen him
off here.
that angry. You know, he was literally going for Jürgen. He wanted to beat him. And luckily enough, you know, as we were watching the match, he got the win.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to the third match.
1,000 feet at the roundabout, take the third exit onto A50.
So third exit, just bear with us a minute, folks.
One moment, folks. Third exit.
Yeah.
Nope.
One.
No, don't
Exit the
turn.
roundabout onto A50.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Says Stoke here.
Oh, the fact that it's got a big massive sound on the road and that on.
A50 for
Yeah, I can
3/4
see.
of a mile.
Right.
We're back now, folks.
We're back.
So we're
More cliched, less cliched,
Yeah.
and drawn out proper.
But
then-
apart from that, good finish.
Yes, then we had the third match.
Which was Alexander Cooper versus Mark Haskins.
Now, you know Zanderkin from last time, but you didn't really know much about Mark Haskins.
Then we had a quick entrance into the Rumble, if I remember right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Did he? Was it?
I think he was in the Rumble.
No, I don't think. No, that wasn't him.
In a quarter
There was
of a
someone
mile,
who looked like
use
him.
the right 2 lanes to take the ramp to A50.
But well, let's say this, folks. He's no pushover. He's the Southside heavyweight champ.
And also been in TNA for a couple of matches.
That he has against Doug Williams when Doug Williams was the TNA X Division champion.
Yeah.
He came up short,
Use the
but
right 2 lanes to take the ramp to A50.
devastating, good matches, and tonight he showcased his stuff against Sander Cooper. And if I recall, I believe you saw a unique way of getting into the Tree of Woe.
Yeah. And like just his whole offense, like hitting moves from springboards that people just don't think are possible.
Literally just from getting in and putting his foot on the bottom rope.
Like it made it look like he was jumping over the ropes, and then he just counted his body in mid-air.
It was interesting.
It was
very
interesting.
But then you got Xander Cooper, who got his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Still going on?
Yeah, it's 20 miles on this road.
That's fair enough. And you got he's a big guy who kept interfering, but unfortunately Didn't climb, didn't come to, you know.
No, he took the Daniel Bryan knee to the head.
He took the Daniel Bryan knee to the head, and then I believe the finish, which, you know, what would you call that finish? Seeing stars?
He was definitely seeing stars after he hit it.
Oh, it was literally bang, lights out.
The modified Death Valley sequence was awesome.
Yeah. You know, he's got a unique way of being able to, you know, to attack with big moves from unique positions.
Speed camera in half a mile.
Yeah, I see it. And I'm doing under anyway.
Yeah, I know, just making sure.
Yeah, no worries. So don't worry, folks, I'm not going to be speeding. I'm a good boy. Good boy, I am.
Good boy.
Good boy. Anyway, moving on. We then had the tag match.
Yeah. A barricade
Dyer.
against
We do apologise earlier for getting the name wrong. The last name, you know, Dyer. Talented.
Very talented.
HC Dyer and Barricade against Noisy Boy, Alex Gracie, and the heavyweight House of Pain, Styx. Now, what did you think of Styx?
Very old-fashioned.
Very old-fashioned.
Very much like Finley.
He wasn't there to wrestle.
He was there to fight.
Now, bear this in mind, folks. You've heard us talk about Barricade already on part 1 of this podcast. How many people do you know that can go toe-to-toe brawling with Barricade?
There isn't many.
And tonight,
We saw one.
you know, I've seen it before, go toe-to-toe with Barricade. But tonight, you got to see Styx literally lay into Barricade and able to knock the big man down. Which was quite surprising. And you know, and if I recall, I remember you being in shock when Barricade got angry.
Tonight's the first time I've seen Barricade lose his jacket.
And folks, it was one of them. He lost his jacket. Head's going down.
Barricade angry.
Barricade was angry. And if I recall, the match was hard hitting. But folks, this match was so hard hitting, something happened.
After a spine buster, Styx did his knee.
Oof.
Popped his knee out the socket by the look of it from where we were. We were just a couple of rows from ringside, and
Now, folks,
it looked like the knee just popped out.
and it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty at all. We were watching and we were like, what's going on here? We didn't know. We were thinking, you know, is he trying to trick him at first? And then all of a sudden you heard the scream.
Yeah, and then you know, a sign that no one wants to see went up. The X.
As soon as you saw it, it was literally not good. Not good. And I felt a little sorry for Alex Gracie at that point.
Well,
For now.
Yeah,
We'll explain for now.
Yeah.
At the time, we felt right, a 2-on-1 battle against Dyer and the Monster Barricade.
He's bad enough facing one of them, never mind having a go against both of them at the same time.
And unfortunately, 2-on-1, I'm sorry, but you know, he put up a good fight. It wasn't, you know, the numbers game was going to catch up. The numbers game caught up, and it was sad to see Styx being carried out. But I'm pretty sure that once he's healed up, he will be back.
I'll be back.
He will be back, and he will be more angry than ever, especially over the news of later on.
Yeah, but before we had that match, the the one that you're on about, which is the main event,
Yes.
we had one more match. Do you remember who was in it?
Yes, I do.
Go on then.
We had Mr. TK Maxx. Oh wait, sorry, TK Haywood against the one and only Chris Only.
No.
Oh, Chris Only. What was it?
Chris Tyler.
Chris Tyler. Sorry, I got mixed up with his theme music. The one and only. It was Chris Tyler. Now, what did you think of that match?
Rough.
It was.
It wasn't for the faint-hearted.
Oh no.
That was.
Let's say this. You knew how bad it was because you saw the referee's face after one sudden move.
If Jim Ross was calling that match, he would have called it bowling shoe ugly.
Oh, slobber knocker, bowling shoe ugly. For God's sake, please just stop the damn match.
We saw quite possibly the hardest apron powerbomb
You've
in
ever
the
seen
UK.
In the UK. And I'll tell you this now, folks. You saw United Wrestling. I had my knee land on the outskirts of a ring. It's not pretty. Because it's the hardest part of a ring. Not many people know that. The outskirts of a wrestling ring is the hardest part. And it just hurts landing on it. Never mind what happened.
No, so there.
All we'll say is powerbomb, outskirts, pain.
However, there were some receipts given back in the form of the Daniel Bryan kicks and some Ric Flair chops.
Oh, and if I recall, you were impressed with the outside moonsault.
Yeah, really, like most times you see
The moonsault.
well, it isn't just a moonsault. It's basically like the Asai moonsault.
He likes sort of spring, but now normally the Asai is off the ropes, but she's got a bit of a spring to it.
But he basically did this off the bar for the turnbuckle.
Off the bars.
Yeah.
And she's got no spring,
And no give.
solid, no give.
It was a thing of beauty. If you get a chance to look at this move, just find it on YouTube. It is absolutely immense.
And he seems to have got the targeting of it nailed.
Yeah, and it was brilliant. You know, it was a stiff matchup. Like neither of them were given an inch.
They weren't giving an inch. However, I will say the one thing that did make me laugh was the beginning. Handbags. If you remember.
Yeah, I'll let you explain that. So
Now, folks, old school wrestling, you know, they always have the grandma with the handbag when the big baddie comes out. You have the old crazy old lady who swings a handbag, cane, whatever. 9 out of 10 times it's a handbag, or but you always got to be aware of what's in the handbag. If you don't mind me saying. Now tonight they were doing something for charity. They were trying to get so many people hit with this handbag, and it had to happen before the match. Before the match, for this, for charity to be given, money to be given to this charity.
Yeah.
For it to happen. He stepped out, all cocky, thinking, I was going to walk past, escaped all these.
there must have been a queue of about 18 to 20 women instead of 10.
Yeah, literally with handbags. I'm surprised he didn't turn around, look round and go, uh-oh, I'm surrounded.
I'm surprised he didn't look around and go, fuck this.
I'm leaving. And as we said, it's nice that they did that for charity.
Yeah.
However, match result
Was the one and only Chris Tyler.
nailing the 450 with precision.
Awesome finish. So, the last match of the night was Paul Malin from the Brotherhood against
Special edition Joseph Connors. Predator versus Predator. former best mate versus former best mate.
What we haven't discussed here is the promo earlier on in the night. Malin cut one of the best promos I've ever seen on the British circuit.
The man can talk. And it showed passion, fire for this match.
And respect.
However, that went out the window
Within the first 8 minutes of the match.
Pretty much.
With the brass knuckles head in the
Being
boots.
found.
Took the stairs.
He went through the locker room.
He went through the concession stand.
It was almost a 40-year brawl.
You know.
It literally went all over the place.
Maybe lacked a bit of logic in places, but
it was a solid match.
Solid match, brilliant match, definitely worth a watch. If you get a chance to watch it, if it gets put on YouTube, if it doesn't,
it'll be getting most likely put on DVD.
Yeah,
for sale.
If it don't go up on YouTube, folks, just buy the DVD. It'll be about £5 to £7.
And just so you know, the name of the show was LCW Ammunition.
Yeah, but definitely worth. Even if it's just £5, it's definitely worth the £5.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Good solid show. Good solid show. But anyway, back onto the main event. Back onto it. It went back and forth. We had Connors going up one.
And then Malin put 2 on in the row.
But the way he put the 2
was twist of fate on the outside and Connors being counted out. My problem with this is the referee didn't stay in the ring when the all-out brawl happened, and he went all around the arena with them.
Yes.
Now, if you're going to do that,
true.
And not count.
However, okay, you can say that, but if the referee counted them both, who gets the point?
Both of them.
I think they were just saving for the sake of saving points. But anyway, we'll move on from that. He took a nasty twist of fate
on the ramp.
And wasn't pretty.
That's how Malin got his first points. And then within 30 seconds of Connors getting back in the ring.
Eventually getting in the ring, he knew Connors was in a vulnerable state, and he capitalised on it.
We haven't got 4%
to go 2 up.
I'm just sat down now.
Don't worry. We're not far anyway.
Do you know your way or do I need to put mine on?
Just prepare just in case. Be prepared just in case. However, back onto subject, Connors managed to pull it back to go up to 2-2. Now, biggest shocker. We're at the last 5 minutes. The clock's ticking. Referee gets taken out.
And then the turn that no one saw. Alex Gracie coming in, taking out barricade.
Takes out barricade. Throws out HC Dyer. And literally, sees Malin with the chair. Stops him from doing it. Looks like getting nowhere.
Pops Connors in the back. And then straight to the side of the temple.
Removes the chair. Referee gets sort of shaking and thrown towards it.
Max Angelis didn't know whether to jump up and down or...
He was in shock himself. I don't even think even he knew Alex Gracie was going to do that. Now the one question that's on everybody's minds right now is why.
And to get that answer, you will have to go on the 1st of May to LCW.
Or check out on the LCW YouTube page.
Or listen to us.
Potentially. We may get some breaking news, maybe. So get all to an ear out. So, all in all,
great night.
Great show, excitement.
British wrestling nearing the top of its game.
And it's good to see how good British. It's good to see different shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see the level, the range that we've got out on the British scene.
Do you smell burning?
Yeah.
Is that your heater?
Yeah. Probably. Is it gone?
Well, it ain't going to go straight away, is it?
Let me know, it's gone. alright folks, don't worry, false alarm. We've got no car problems here.
I'm on fire.
Oh, you had to go there. Really?
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely brilliant night. You know, British wrestling being put back on the map. For those of you who aren't aware, Simon Carroll actually wants British wrestling on television.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, the question is, how's he going to platform it?
That man can do whatever he puts his mind to.
The only thing I don't want is, I don't want that version of celebrity wrestling that we bought.
No.
We want actual wrestling, and not the Hulk Hogan one.
What, the midget one?
No, the Hulk Hogan celebrity wrestling. Like Dennis Rodman, Justin Diamond and everybody. And the reason why I didn't want that is because I thought the whole Hogan thing was a setup because Dennis Rodman won it. And, oh wait, didn't he already do any wrestling?
Yeah, but Butterbean was on there as well.
He didn't wrestle, he did a brawl for all and knocked the hell out of Bart Gunn.
But yeah, have you got anything else you want to cover?
For the time being, I'm just trying to think. I know there was something I wanted to bring up on the podcast, like a bit of a big thank you. I'm just trying to put my finger on it. I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
I haven't got anything I want to cover now. You know, we've been travelling for...
Got to me head. Right, folks. I'm going to make this announcement quickly because I don't know exactly if we're going to air this before or after. We don't know when we're going to send this recording out because we have said we are going to send the recordings out on different nights. Now, this Thursday on 6 Towns Radio, 11 at night, there is a wrestling show on the radio.
Yeah.
Called The Best Ring. Hosted by Carl, who you know, who you saw last night. Carl Robinson. And the main host, Philippa Hopwood.
Yeah.
Now, you probably recognise that name because you've heard us mention it a few times in our shout-outs. Now, you're going to be able to hear her calls on wrestling, on the radio, and as a big surprise, she's already, this might be breaking news.
Second exit.
This might be breaking news as this is, she's already informed somebody of who the first guest is going to be on the show.
I haven't got a clue who the first guest is going to be.
You have no clue?
Well, I do, but, you know, he's driving at the moment, I think.
Yes, folks, I'm going to be the first guest on the radio show that's going to be
exit.
Dubbed the Brass Ring.
That's first.
That's going to be dubbed as the Brass Ring. Now, there's going to be plenty of talk of wrestling, of the Americans, the independent scene, and you know, and I'm going to be a guest on it. So you may get a bit of an input. You know, you might hear some. You know, if you've got any questions or anything, either listen in, you know, send questions during the radio show. I'm pretty sure I'll answer them. But better than mine, folks. I did that anyway on this show anyway, as well.
You know, nothing's too thingy for us. One of us will always answer a question.
One of us will answer, but 9 out of 10, you know, at times we do have certain interests that are the same. Certain, how do I say this? What was it you said best from yesterday's, you know, chat discussion that we were having during the BWFU show? That was it. We don't always have the same. What is it?
Opinions are like arses.
Yes.
Everyone's got one.
Yes.
It's just sometimes it's best kept to yourself, but in our case we air our opinions.
We are our opinions, and at times they are similar, and at times
they're very far apart.
They are very far apart. And I'll go on record as saying if it was always the same, this would be one boring show.
Yeah, but that's everything from us.
I believe this is a bit of a quick short part 2 episode, and as we always say at the end of every show, please folks,
watch your local wrestling shows
and enjoy yourself and be safe.
And if you can't be safe, don't be sorry folks.